Speaking out of a lot of work and games in a certain period of time and such, Aurora Rain had to deal with another 7-day stretch with 3 games taking place in those 7 days, and they get some solid results. They get some solid results out of it. We'll head into it here on May 3rd versus Angel City FC in a Challenge Cup match. Um, pardon me. The Rain would draw 0-0. Our player of the match forward Ziara King would be our player of the match, as I said, with 2 chances on the day, 2 of the biggest chances that the Rain had. One of them being a shot in the first half that clanged directly off of the post. It's square off the post, was right back out into the box, actually, and I believe there was a chance for a rebounded attempt, but just whiffed on that one. Someone did. If it was just a few inches off, that clings out into the goal. It would have been, that would have been a really great goal. And then the second attempt that she had actually was a little bit wide. It didn't hit the post this time. It went a little bit wide, but that one also a few inches or so. It either goes in or it bounces out into a rebounded chance in the crowded box. So Z was our player of the match there. Nice, tough to come out with a draw. That was one where the Rain really probably should have taken the points out of that one, but I'm sure they'll settle for that. Again, long week, sort of first lineup, and able to split the points there. Here is our photo of the match by Liz Walter. Midfielder Olivia Athens here crashing into the box. Had the ball stopped by Angel City keeper Brittany Eisenhower, who actually came in and stopped it with her legs, as you can kind of see. Again, several chances for the Rain, just weren't able to come through there. Then we get back to NWSL regular season play. May 6th versus the Houston Dash, a 2-0 result. The Rain was able to get through. Our player of the match, forward Veronica Latsko. Latsko was able to impact on both goals with a goal and an assist. Was really great to see it. Latsko came out as the starter here and was able to contribute in a major way. It was really interesting to hear head coach Laura Harvey and forward Jordan Heidema talk about. Jordan Heidema scored the second goal of the match, which Latsko assisted on. Hear them talk about Latsko, whether it's, starting for the club, coming off the bench and playing a long amount of time, or coming off the bench and playing a short amount of time, or just not coming off the bench at all. They talked about the professionalism that Latsko brings, having come off of several injuries that were really serious and still being able to be a solid contributor, is impressive to see. It's impressive to see. And it's great that she was able to effectively be the largest reason why the Rain were able to come out of that match with a victory. Jordan Heidema with that second goal really was able to use her height. Second time this year, she's used her height for a header. And it's nice to see that as well. Both of them had great respect for the club when we're talking about it. They were talking about it in the post-game press conference, talking about the culture of this club, which was really great to hear. We posted some of the quotes about it, so that was awesome to hear about. The injury reports for both the match against Angel City and the match against Houston were the exact same. Angelina continues to deal with that knee injury that ended her season last year, but is working well towards progression and is practicing with the full squad and training. Rose Lavelle continues to be out with a leg injury. She is effectively being bubble wrapped until the World Cup comes around. And they're basically saying we're going to do our best to make sure that she is fit and ready for that and not injure this anymore. Quinn continues to be out with a leg injury. Unfortunately, we asked about it a few weeks ago. Laura Harvey said this is a weeks thing, not a long-term thing. So how many weeks? Unclear, but it doesn't sound like it's long-term, thankfully. Phoebe McLaren was an interesting one. When asked about this back injury, Laura Harvey basically said, we're still trying to figure it out, which isn't exactly ideal or promising considering it's a back injury, and those are always scary. But Yeah, hoping there's better news on that going forward, because any back injury, let alone the importance of getting her back and her depth, any back injury is serious business. And then midfielder Olivia van der Yacht continues to be out with an excused absence, so I'm hoping whatever's taking place there is all right, and that Olo is doing all right, all things considered, of course. Um, on May 3rd, we got some news about some Reign players as we head over to our team news related section of the Reign segment. 3 players were named to the NWSL Best 11 for the month of April, starting with goalkeeper Phallon Tullis-Joyce. Within the 5 games that the club played in the month of April, goalkeeper Phallon Tullis-Joyce recorded 15 saves and 2 clean sheets, bringing her all-time total to 80 saves and 11 clean sheets. The 26-year-old tied the all-time club record for clean sheets and moved up to 4th all-time in saves in club history. Since the 2012 season, the goalkeeper hasn't missed a game, appearing in 27 consecutive regular season games, not allowing more than 3 goals in any of those matches. Knock on wood for the hasn't missed a game part and the not allowing more than 3 goals in any of those matches. Don't want to mess with any of the universe there. Midfielder Jess Fishlock. Fishlock scored 3 goals throughout the 5 games played in March/April, tied for the second most in the league. The 11th-year veteran surpassed 40 goals all time, earning her 40th and 41st goals against the Red Stars in week 4. The brace marked the 3rd of her career since the 2016 season. She is one of 10 players in league history to break 40 goals all time and currently sits at 9th in total goals in league history. Ending here with forward Bethany Balcer. Boats earned the second best 11 of the month selection of her career for recording 3 goals and 1 assist in 5 appearances. The 5th-year attacker is one of 3 players this season to register at least 3 goals and 1 assist. I thought it was kind of interesting to note the differences and where these players are in their career. Fishlock, I would assume maybe is towards the end of her career. Not entirely sure. That's up to her decision. Having won an MVP 2 seasons ago now, continues to be one of the biggest. She's one of the 3 OGs. It's not hard to continue to sit here and pour. Excuse me, and pour compliment on Jess Fishlock. But the veteran that she is, Bethany Balcer, is now a veteran in this league. She won the Rookie of the Year in 2019 and just continues to find ways to score goals, continues to contribute. I believe she was second in 2021 regular season Golden Boot race. And then goalkeeper Phallon Tullis-Joyce is now in her second full year, knock on the woods, as the Reign keeper. So very interesting to see that, and great to see those players recognized. It's always a ton of fun to cover this club, but to see the stories that unfold are some of my favorite. So looking ahead, the Reign sit at a 4-win, a 1-loss, 1-draw record in regular season play, which is good for first in the league table at 13. Ooh, want to make sure that 13 points is right. Sorry, I was like, I don't want to get that wrong if I have the ability to check. So, but they are first in the NWSL table, I can tell you that. Yes, 13 points. Okay, wanted to be good. They're 1 point ahead of the Portland Thorns. And then the Challenge Cup standings, they're first in the Western Division with 4 points. Looking ahead, they will get a few days off. They won't have to play that 3-game and 7-day stretch. They will get some time for training in. I know today was an off day. Their next matchup, May 14th at the North Carolina Courage, is a 12 p.m. start. That is going to be on Fox 13 Plus, Paramount Plus, and TSN Plus. So head out on the road. They'll play this Courage team for the first time this year on May 14th out on the road. We look over to there we go. May 14th at the Courage, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Seattle. The Reign will look to continue their strong play to begin the year. Look to hopefully maybe build a little bit of a lead over the Thorns for that top spot in the standings. North Carolina, they've had sort of a middling season, 2 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, a -2 goal differential. So it's tough. They are in a losing form, though, having lost their last 3. But anything can happen. That field hasn't been the easiest for the Reign in somewhat recent years.